Welcome to our explainer. Today, we're diving into something that's absolutely critical in modern medicine. But it's something so common, you've probably never even given it a second thought.
I mean, really think about it for a second. We've all seen them, right? In a hospital, maybe on TV, that clear liquid in an IV bag, or the fluid in a syringe. And we just assume, oh, it's sterile water. But the real story is so much more complex and honestly, way more fascinating.
So this liquid has an official name, water for injection, or WFI for short. Now, this is not just some filtered tap water. Oh no. This is water that has gone through intense purification, stuff like distillation, until there is almost nothing left but water. And that's the key phrase right there. Contains no added substances. We are talking about purity on a whole other level.
So why this complete obsession with purity? Well, it's because WFI is used in things that go directly into our bloodstream. They totally bypass all of our body's natural defenses. And when that's the case, the biggest dangers are the ones you can't even see. Tiny, invisible contaminants can literally be the difference between getting better and getting seriously, dangerously sick. And the number one villain in this whole story is something called a bacterial endotoxin. Here's the tricky part. These aren't the living bacteria themselves. They're actually little bits and pieces of the cell walls that bacteria shed. So even if you kill all the bacteria, these fragments can get left behind. And if those get into your bloodstream, your body's immune system can go haywire, causing fever, shock. It can be incredibly dangerous. To stop that from happening, the standards for water for injection are unbelievably strict. The official limit for these endotoxins is less than 0.25 endotoxin units per milliliter. I mean, just think about that. It's a level of purity that is almost impossible to wrap your head around. It's an incredibly tiny amount. Which, of course, brings up a huge question. How on earth do you even test for an invisible enemy at that kind of microscopic level? You can't just look at it under a microscope. Well, the solution comes from a really clever bit of biological detective work. And its source is the last place you'd ever expect. The official test is called the Bacterial Endotoxins Test, or BET. And here's the wild part. The key ingredient comes from the blood of the horseshoe crab. Yep, that's right. An ancient sea creature holds the key to the safety of our most advanced medicines. This quote from the official rulebook basically tells the whole story. Scientists use a substance called lysolate, which they get from the horseshoe crab's white blood cells. These cells are part of the crab's amazing immune system. See, when these cells detect endotoxins, they immediately trap them in a gel-like clot. We figured out how to harness that incredible natural defense mechanism to protect ourselves. Now, while there are a couple of ways to run this test, the original foundational method is called the gel clot technique. It's considered the final word in any dispute because the result is just a super simple, unmistakable yes or no. And the process itself is just beautiful in its simplicity. First, a lab tech takes a little sample of the water for injection and mixes it with the crab lysate. Then they let it sit and incubate at human body temperature for about an hour. And then comes the moment of truth. They just carefully turn the test tube completely upside down. And the result is instantly clear. If the mixture just runs down the side of the tube like a liquid, that's a negative result. It means no dangerous endotoxins were found, and the water is safe. But if a solid gel is formed, one that stays put when the tube is flipped over, that means the lysate found endotoxins. The entire batch of water fails. It's a clear visual signal that keeps patients safe. So, let's tie this all together. What we have here is this simple but incredibly powerful test that is a pillar of modern medical safety. It's what guarantees that water for injection is truly an ultra-pure ingredient, totally free from those dangerous endotoxins. And it's all thanks to this amazing substance from the blood of a horseshoe crab, a hidden process protecting millions of people every single day. Just think about it, the blood of an ancient sea creature, acting as a guardian for modern medicine. It's such a cool connection between the natural world and our own health. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other hidden science is out there, quietly protecting you in ways you've never even imagined?